Okay. You know, I'm finna still get on your dumb ass. You old in the body, but face looking young ass. The type to barely get a hug from a female, but all of a sudden he sprung ass.
Contrary to what people are talking about, there's gangsters everywhere. There's gangsters all over the world. Gangsters willing to show how hard they really are. Gangsters willing to really pull that ting ting and pop pop. Hey, how you guys doing, man? Smoothly here. Hopefully everybody's having a good day. I know I'm having a good day. It's another blessed day. You know, the spring break's over. You know, my daughter's back in school. Everything is back to normal. But, you know, this video here is going to be for my hardcore viewers. And I'm talking to the fellas them who are married to a Filipino woman. I'm talking to the fellas them who's engaged to a Filipino woman. And the fellas them who have a Filipino woman as a girlfriend. I know a lot of you guys, man, when you guys choose to be with this lady that you're with, you guys choose right, you know? And your ladies always going to be telling you the truth about their country. They're not going to really lead you astray on the things that you should and shouldn't do when you get to their countries. Now, why am I talking about this? I'm talking about how, unfortunately, you have a lot of men out here in the world who, for whatever reason, in their own home country, certain things that they won't do in their own home country, you know, when they go abroad, they tend to want to do those things. It's like common sense doesn't really travel with them when they travel overseas. Now, I'm not going to be talking about, you know, what happened to that dude out in Cebu, because before all these YouTube channels start picking it up and running with it, talking about it, this is something that my wife was already telling me as soon as it happens. The great thing about married to a Filipino woman who have family members around that's working in certain areas and staying in tune with all the news and all the stuff that is really happening, you know, she's getting it and she's passing it on to me. I'm not going to be making a video about that dude getting pop up, you know? Hey, I don't think nobody should ever be, you know what I mean? YouTube, man. Nowadays days, we got to watch what we really say on YouTube, you know? Even though I'm just doing this for fun, I don't really want them to strike my video down just for the hell of it, man. You know? But the reason why I think a lot of guys go on overseas and lose their common sense once they land over there in the Philippines. I'm not blaming no YouTubers, but certain YouTubers need to take responsibility for the things that they are here sharing with a lot of their audience. You know, I said this before, a lot of these guys who watch certain YouTubers out in the Philippines, they tend to believe in things that these guys are saying. You know, they want to make you believe that, man, if you go to the Philippines, you can walk around, you can go anywhere, you can do whatever you want, and there's not going to be any harsh consequences coming your way. That's a whole bunch of bullshit, man. Ask the dude that was laid out on the ground out there. You know? Ask these other foreigners who are getting into the situation that they're getting in over there. You know, my wife always passed these news on to me, and she always liked to pass the bad news on to me. And I know the reason why she's really doing that. Because, you know, a lot of times when we travel over there, sometimes I want to go out by myself, you know, maybe shoot a video here, do something here, check something else by myself. But she's trying to jolt me into reality and let me know, don't get complacent when you go out there in the street. Don't get too comfortable. Watch your back when you're going inside these stores. Watch your belongings when you have it on you. Watch the ATM machine that you're going to be rolling up to, trying to take some funds out. But this story that she told me, and this was just one of many that's really happening there. This was in the southern Philippines. This 7-year-old little girl disappeared from home for a while. They found her a couple of days after. 7 years old. Now, every hole that that young lady had in her, was violated by her own people. Now, if this can happen to Filipinas and Filipinos, what do you think can happen to you as a foreigner? So the reason why I say I'm talking to my hardcore viewers who are married to Filipinos or have Filipino fiancés and girlfriends, you guys are aware of the things that's happening in the Philippines that your wives and girlfriends and fiancés are telling you guys about. And I want you guys to pass this information on to the fellas who have dreams, who are watching certain YouTubers out in the Philippines, telling these guys, hey man, this is one of the safest places that you can be. No crime happen here. No terrible things happen here, man. Drug use is on the rise out there now. There was a mother in Cebu not too long ago who was so high on dope. You know what she did with her baby's arm? She took it off, man. Took it off. So I want you guys to be careful. Be smart. Use your head. Listen to your wives and your girlfriends and your fiancés. Pay attention to what they're saying. Don't believe these YouTubers when they are telling you it's the safest and the best place. You can move about freely. You don't have to worry about nothing. And again, don't believe these YouTubers when they're telling you that these Filipino ladies out there are waiting for you to come on in to take care of them. There's a whole bunch of Filipino women in the Philippines that don't give a shit about none of you foreigners. They don't care about you foreigners. They don't give a shit about the money you're coming in with. You know why? Because they want their own men and they're making their own money and they have no interest in you foreigners. So be careful when you guys go over there. Don't lose common sense and do dumb shit so you all can be laid out on the ground, man. Be careful, be smart, and pay attention to who you all are listening to, man. Do your own research. As a matter of fact, go start watching a lot of those Filipino news channel out there. Go start watching a lot of the Filipino YouTubers who are going to be telling you guys the truth about what's happening in their country. Don't listen to these fantasy sellers YouTubers. Don't do that. Because you guys are going to find yourself laid out on the ground, man. That's not what you guys want. You know, like I always say, I put out a video when Uncle L got something to really talk about. And I talk about things in my own way. But you guys always know what it is. It is always peace and love. Be careful out there, man. Please, be careful out there. Don't listen to the fantasy sellers, man. Use your head. And don't lose your common sense when you get off the plane out there in the Philippines. Bad things happen out there to foreigners. Bad things happen out there to people. Stay safe. Peace and love.